Hi, and welcome to the 4th development log about my game Skyrift. This week I worked on a lot of fire and explosion effects, fixed some bugs and improved the indicator system. If you want to stay updated about the game, you can subscribe to this channel where I post weekly devlogs, or go to my website and subscribe to my email list. Alright, so let's get started. I started the week off by creating a shoot effect for enemy cannons. It's a simple flash effect with some smoke added to it. I spawned the smoke in kind of like a donut-shaped volume, so it looks like it's emitted from the center of each cannon. I also added trail particles for each spaceship. Especially on the Mothership, the jet engines now look really awesome. For each trail I control an alpha variable by script, so you can't see the effect when the ship is not moving. Yeah, and this is how the engine effect looks in-game. On Tuesday I started to work on fire and smoke effects. The first thing I created is a simple hit effect, which plays when a projectile hits a spaceship. This effect consists of a quick spherical flash combined with some falling embers. Next I created some smoke, which spawns on those positions where the spaceship got hit. I also added a simple light source to the origin of the smoke particles, so it kind of looks like fire is burning from destroyed parts of the ship. To improve the effect, I only spawn smoke effects when the ship health is below 80%. This way the player kind of gets feedback about how damaged each ship is. On Tuesday I finally created the explosion effect. For this effect I spawn multiple spherical textures and add a spherical velocity to them. To support the flashiness of the effect I added a second particle system which spawns really bright spheres and instantly removes them. To make this effect a bit more dynamic, I added some upward force to each particle, so it kind of looks like a mushroom cloudy thing. And after adding these explosion effects to the game, it already looks pretty polished to destroy Rhino spaceships. On Friday I continued to implement explosion effects into the game, so the next spaceship I tackled was the Mothership. I knew it had to look far more rewarding to destroy a Mothership than a simple Rhino spaceship, so I added some separate code to try and achieve that. What I came up with in the end was to spawn multiple explosions after the ship was destroyed. I did this by specifying possible explosion positions on the Mothership first and storing those into a C# list. As soon as the Mothership is destroyed, the script waits a random amount of time from 0.5 to 1.5 seconds and then spawns the explosion effect at a random position out of this list. This position is then removed from the list and the script repeats till either the ship has despawned or there are no more positions left. Yeah, and this is the effect I achieved using this script. In the evening I added explosions to the last ship, the Moth. There was nothing too special about it, I just had to scale the effect down a bit so it fit the Moth's size better. On Saturday I fixed a lot of bugs regarding the Moth's flight patterns. Since it just follows a simple exponential curve when attacking the player, it doesn't know anything about its environment and blindly crashes into other spaceships. I could have tried to write an AI for this, but honestly that would have just been a bit of an overkill for such a simple task. So what I ended up with instead is a simple sphere cast. This sphere cast tests if there are any colliders in front of the Moth spaceship. This way, before it starts to attack the player, it tests if the way is clear. If it's not clear, it tries a new position the next frame, and if it is clear, it attacks the player. Since I worked on stopping moths from crashing into each other on Friday, I thought I'd continue by trying to stop rhinos from doing the same thing. They especially like to fly into other motherships. I fixed this pretty easily though by reducing the rhino's speed when getting too close to a mothership. This way they patiently wait till they can continue to circle the player. The next bug occurred when trying to shoot a projectile while aiming at the player's character. So this is what happened before, and now I just teleport the projectile forward by a few units, so it starts already behind the player. This is how it looks now, and it works a lot better now. The last thing I did this week was to improve the indicators. You couldn't really see how close projectiles were, so I added a new particle effect which starts to appear when projectiles are getting close. Yeah, this is how the effect looks. It's basically some purple and red particles with a spherical velocity. Alright, that's everything for this week. If you want to stay updated about Skyrift's progress, you can subscribe to this channel where I upload devlogs each week, or you can go to my website and subscribe to my email list. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to hear from you. You can just send me an email or write a comment. Thanks for watching and see you next time.